This was the world of the dinosaurs, until one moment changed everything.
A living world flourished here long before humanity. Earth looked familiar, yet strangely alien to us. Everywhere, life competed, hunted, fed, and flourished. Nothing warned them their ancient world was ending. Few predators ever commanded such ancient power. Nearby, another giant carried weapons of its own. But most dinosaurs were not hunters at all. Above them, enormous wings ruled the ancient skies. Warm seas covered worlds of life beneath the surface. Even here, enormous hunters ruled the ancient waters. Around them, countless strange shells filled the sea. Beneath the waves, another ancient world quietly thrived. But Earth itself was never standing still. Seas advanced and retreated across ancient continents. The climate shaped where life could flourish. And life continually adjusted to changing conditions. But Earth itself was never standing still. Seas advanced and retreated across ancient continents. The climate shaped where life could flourish. Morning arrived quietly, as it always had. Nearby, dinosaurs began another ordinary day. Across the plains, great herds moved together. Then, something impossibly bright appeared far above. Morning arrived quietly, as it always had. Nearby, dinosaurs began another ordinary day. Across the plains, great herds moved together. Then, something impossibly bright appeared far above. The visitor plunged through Earth's atmosphere. Then, Earth itself erupted into unimaginable fire. The collision unleashed unimaginable energy into Earth. In moments, a crater scarred the planet forever. The first wave raced outward faster than anything alive. Then came a pulse of heat across the landscape. The ground itself began to shake with unimaginable force. Rock from Earth itself was hurled into space. The impact violently displaced an entire ocean. A monstrous wave began racing across ancient seas. Then the ocean crashed into the ancient coastlines. Far inland, water swept through valleys and rivers. Above them, debris began falling back through the atmosphere. Then, an extraordinary pulse of heat reached the ground. Across dry vegetation, small fires began spreading outward. Smoke rose as fires spread across parts of the world. Fine dust began spreading high above the planet. Sulfur released into the atmosphere made matters worse. Smoke and soot added another veil above Earth. Soon, daylight itself began fading from the world. Temperatures began falling across a suddenly darker planet. A world built for warmth was suddenly becoming colder. Even daylight struggled to reach the ground below. The planet had entered a completely unfamiliar climate. With sunlight fading, plants received less energy. Without enough light, photosynthesis began collapsing. Over time, vegetation began losing its strength. And herbivores began facing a shrinking food supply. Fresh vegetation was becoming harder to find. Herds had less food, and their strength slowly declined. Different herbivores now searched the same shrinking resources. As prey struggled, predators faced the same crisis. The darkness reached the oceans, starving them of sunlight. With little light, microscopic life began declining. Then the shortage moved upward through the food web. Across the seas, familiar abundance began disappearing. Far away, Earth was already erupting on another scale. Molten basalt slowly spread across enormous areas. Volcanic gases entered an already stressed atmosphere. The planet was already under serious environmental pressure. The ecosystems that once seemed endless were failing. Then familiar giants began disappearing from the landscape. But the rocks preserved the moment Earth changed forever. The evidence was buried inside layers of ancient rock. Fossils revealed the animals that once lived here. Scientists compared fossils from layers above and below. Among the survivors were small mammals, quietly enduring. Crocodilians survived too, waiting beside ancient waters. Freshwater turtles also endured the planetary upheaval. And one dinosaur lineage survived, the birds. Their bones still whisper the story beneath our feet. Their evolutionary story continued through feathered survivors. Today, dinosaurs still move, breathe, and fly around us. The dinosaurs did not completely disappear. They became birds,